What's up everybody, and welcome to another CRG Quest review. Today, we're looking at The Climb 2, sequel to the now considered classic VR game that released all the way back in April of 2016, The Climb. But is this second iteration worth your time? Let me start off with the fact that I didn't play the original game, but have spoken with people who have and seen most reviews. For the most part, they're the same game with small additions like wildlife and seasonal events that reward cosmetics. Coming from developer Crytek, you know right off the bat this is going to be a detailed and great looking game, and it is. Crytek hasn't held back here and tried to squeeze every ounce of power they possibly could from the Quest 2, and it shows. Yes, the backdrops are mostly static, and you can see it if you look long and hard enough, but it isn't really noticeable at all, and you aren't looking at the backdrops for all that long most of the time anyway, so don't worry, it looks great. Gameplay is pretty much what you expect, making a climb on the side of a mountain or even skyscraper with the objective of getting to the top and getting a feeling of triumph. The Climb 2 can often accomplish this and it feels great, but the way up to the top isn't always as fun or immersive as it should be. There are 5 very different biomes, each with 3 levels, making for a total of 15 levels. The diversity here is greatly appreciated, and there are different paths to take on your climb, but unfortunately, it'll only take you a few hours to see everything the Climb 2 has to offer. There are 2 difficulty options. Casual, where you have infinite stamina and can hold on to walls indefinitely, but for those who want a more challenging experience, there's Professional. Here you have to manage your stamina and keep your hands chalked to keep it from depleting too quickly. To regain stamina, you grab a large handhold big enough for both hands. Eliminating the need for any HUD on the screen, your stamina bar is placed on your wrist, which I really appreciated. You do have to chalk a bit more often than I would have liked, but it wasn't too bad. I just wish it added more and just made for a more engaging experience. It's there, but it's just not quite enough for me. I really wish we had a harness to hook to each checkpoint or any other cool mechanics they could have added. There are a ton of cosmetics to unlock though, in the form of gloves, wristbands, and watches, and these can keep you busy for a while. Unfortunately, some of the issues that plagued the first game are still present here. The most common and frustrating is that whenever your head enters any geometry in the world, you get a black screen telling you so, completely breaking any immersion to be had, and can also lead to a lot of unnecessary deaths. I've encountered this in other VR games, but never was it this prevalent. You think, alright, just be conscious and don't put my head in anything, but man, that is so much easier said than done in this game. Some levels it just isn't possible, and it'll happen consistently. Luckily, throwing yourself or jumping to another ledge can be extremely satisfying, and mostly accurate, but when it isn't accurate and it's required to proceed, it just becomes a practice in falling to your death, and this will happen even with clear, seemingly unmissable jumps. You'll just be thrown in another direction. Worst of all though, the Climb 2 lacks multiplayer, which could have made a huge change to how enjoyable the game was. More often than not, I found the Climb 2 to be boring and not engaging enough. Some of this could have been because I'm not afraid of heights, but I began to wonder if it was just because I'm a VR veteran, and there wasn't a ton of depth. Of course, it could also just be that the climb is just climbing. So I put a VR newbie into the Climb 2 and got their opinion. She was afraid of heights, and it made the experience a lot more engaging for her. The climbing was fun and easy to understand, but whenever I told her that she'd played most of the game, and that it was $29.99, it became a hard sell even for her. Overall, The Climb 2 is a very polished experience with some cool stuff to see, but packed with design flaws, a lack of longevity, and a lack of fun, plus a hefty price tag for the content on offer. Fun to maybe demo to VR newbies, but there just isn't enough here for the price tag or most VR veterans. With this in mind, I'm giving The Climb 2 a 6 out of 10. I know most people aren't going to like that, but that's how I felt about it. I hope you enjoyed the review and can make a more informed decision. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and for future Quest 2 reviews, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.